Hey everybody, it's Steve, and I'm remembering when I was a kid listening to music. Sometimes we would listen to music on record albums, vinyl, sometimes cassette tapes, sometimes 8-track tapes, and most of the time on the radio. And I had a favorite radio station then, and it's the same station I find myself listening to today. It's station WIIFM. WIIFM stands for What's in It For Me. And so it's really true that as an Enneagram 7, it's really natural for me to think about me, myself, and I, and being energetic to get what I've got coming to me. It's not always good. It gets me in trouble. It gets in the way. But it's also not always the thing to be ashamed of. Sometimes it's just actually a reflection of what C.S. Lewis said in The Weight of Glory. He says, if we consider the unblushing promises of reward and the staggering nature of the rewards promised in the Gospels, it would seem that the Lord finds our desires not too strong, but too weak. Right? We are, as he says, half-hearted creatures. We settle for less than God has in store for us, especially in relationship with him. Now, my question is, this holiday season, what are you yearning for? What would restore your faith and your hope? If you take actions and God blesses you for your obedience to him, what would that blessing look like for you? Is it relationship? Is it security or impact? Is it someone you're missing or something that you dream of or you yearn for? Blind Bartimaeus, when Jesus asked him, what do you want me to do for you? Had a real clear and selfish answer. Lord, I want to see. He wasn't thinking about the lost. He wasn't thinking about the impoverished. He was the impoverished. He was thinking about his heart and its deepest desire. I want to see. He swung for the fences and God met him. Think about our heroes in the story of Ruth and Naomi and Boaz. We don't hear all of their prayers. We heard Hannah's prayers in the Bible. She said, Lord, I want a child. She cried out. But I could imagine Boaz, maybe he was lonely in his singleness. Sure, he was successful, but he was by himself. Had he loved and lost? Was he somebody who had his heart broken in love? Had his wife died? Or had he never found Miss Right? And was he still waiting at this stage? How about Ruth? She's missing her family. She's lost her husband, her father-in-law, her brother-in-law, and all of her family. She's in a faraway land. She's a foreigner and an outsider. What was she yearning for? What was she praying for? And then you have Naomi, who's lost her faith. She's lost her sons and her husband. She's so heartbroken. Maybe she had given up asking. Maybe she had given up hope on some level. But God's going to meet all of these people in this story. I won't give you all of the details of how he does that. But when it's all over, Boaz has a wifey. He has a child. Ruth has a husband. She has a child. Naomi has family. She has a son-in-law and a daughter-in-law and a grandson. And there is joy. Many times when we get together, especially when we get together with our kids, Bonnie will lean back. She'll survey the family gathering and people playing games, making puzzles, having drinks, eating food, whatever we're doing. And she'll say to me, this is joy. Because that's what joy is for her, just having her kids together. And they're beautiful partners. We just love them all. And she has joy throughout the year, but boy, it's a fullness of joy when the fam gets together. Okay? My prayer for you is that God will reward your faith. You scratching and clawing and being obedient when it's not fun, that he would give you glimmers of hope, and that he would give you a call to action and the grace you need to take it. Faith, hope, and action. But our fourth word is joy. And I think about Isaiah chapter 9, the same passage in which we read about the Messiah being called a Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, and Prince of Peace. In it, in chapter 9 of Isaiah, in verse 3, we read, "You have enlarged the nation and increased their joy. They rejoice before you as people rejoice at the harvest, as men rejoice when dividing the plunder." You know what happens at the harvest? It's not faith that something's going to grow and we're going to eat. It's experience of God's goodness. We have a harvest. We may survive another winter. God is good and we're experiencing it. What happens when soldiers in that day divided the plunder? It meant we're not dead, we're not going to be enslaved, and we actually are heroes and we have a reward. They don't have to talk themselves into joy. That is what faith is. That is what hope is. Joy is when you experience God's true character in real time in your life. And no, you don't get it every moment. No, you won't have it in its fullness every moment. But about Jesus, we read in Hebrews chapter 12, "For the joy set before him, he endured the cross." That's why we scratch and claw. That's why we hold on to our faith and our hope and take action. Because we want to experience God's joy in this life and in the life to come. What would that look like for you? What would joy look like for you? I remember when my oldest sister died. My mom lost her first child. She lost 2 in her lifetime. And my mom and all of us, but my mom was so heartbroken. I remember the house full of grieving people one evening. And a family friend came to my mom and said, "Is there anything we can do for you?" And my mom said, "You can bring my baby back." Well, that dear loved one could not do that. And I know you have suffered losses that I can't restore, and my heart goes out to you. But my prayer is that your story is not done, and God has chapters to write, and he can restore your joy in ways that you can't imagine, that he can do exceedingly abundantly beyond all you could possibly ask or think. I don't know how he does it. I don't know what form it might take, but I do know that he is a joy giver. He's a life giver, and my prayer for you this holiday season is that he would do that very thing for you. God bless you. As you get this video, I'm recovering from a surgery. I hope I'm recovering. I might be in heaven experiencing pleasures forevermore, but I hope I'm here. And I appreciate your prayers. I have more to share with you, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope you enjoy the Thanksgiving season. In a few days, I'll start to drop these 12 days of soul care videos. So I'm looking forward to that for you. But right now, enjoy the holiday, and I pray that God will meet and bless you in it. Take care, and lots of love to you. Bye-bye.